So you've just finished up a big power quality audit, and now you're staring at this just mountain of raw data, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to show you how the VT Analyze web app takes all of that and turns it into a super clear professional report, and it only takes a few clicks. So this is what it's all about. We're going to bridge that gap between being out in the field, capturing data with your VT PM604 meter, and then creating these really powerful visualizations with VT Analyze. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing, from those raw numbers to a polished final report. It's going to be smooth, I promise. Okay, so what is VT Analyze really? Well, the whole idea behind it is to be both simple and powerful. And honestly, its biggest advantage, and this is a huge one, especially if you're working in an IT-restricted environment, like a plant floor, is that there is zero software to install. None. Everything just happens right inside your web browser. All right, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with getting the data from your meter to the web. Then we'll cover Step 1, exporting it. Step 2 is that super critical upload. Step 3, we'll dive into the dashboard and analyze the data. And finally, Step 4 will generate that nice report. Okay, let's kick things off with the basic workflow. It really just boils down to a simple three-part process. You capture the data, you export it, and then you upload it for analysis. Simple as that. All right, first up, let's talk about getting your data off the VTPM604 device. So this part is pretty straightforward, but it's the foundation for a good analysis, so you gotta get it right. First, you'll pop in a compatible USB drive. Then you're going to navigate through the menu to Set and then to Record. From there, you'll select Download and tell it the exact time period you want. Finally, just press Enter and the export begins. Getting this right from the start is absolutely key for your data integrity. And here's what that looks like. Once you get into that Setting Record menu, you'll see the download option right there. Just select that to get things started. Okay, now this next step is where you get some really precise control. You can set the begin and end times down to the minute. This means you can narrow your export to the exact data window you need. This is awesome for focusing your analysis on a specific event you're trying to troubleshoot. And hey, you don't have to guess when it's done, which is nice. The device gives you these really clear visual cues. So a white icon means the drive is recognized and good to go. Green means, yep, it's downloading data. And then when that icon disappears completely, you're all done. It's totally safe to pull the USB stick. All right, let's move on to Step 2. And I'm going to say it right now. This is probably the most critical step in the whole process, and it's the one place you really need to be careful. We're talking about uploading your files to the web portal. So you'll just head over to vtanalyze.voltarat.com in your browser, and this is what you'll see. It's a really clean, straightforward upload screen. It's a simple drag and drop interface designed to get you from file to analysis as fast as possible. Okay. Listen up, because this is crucial. I cannot stress this enough. Whatever you do, do not rename the exported CSV files. Seriously, if you take away one do not from this whole thing, this is it. Don't touch those file names. So, you're probably asking, why? What's the big deal? Well, here's why it's so important. The web app's parsing engine, that's the brain that reads your data. It actually uses information from the original file name to understand and sort everything. So if you rename the file, you're basically scrambling the instructions. The system can't read it, and your upload is just going to fail. End of story. Okay, so once your files are uploaded successfully, because you didn't rename them, right, you'll land on the main analysis dashboard. And this is where the magic happens. This is where all that raw data really comes to life. And bam, there it is. This is where you immediately see the power of this tool. Think about it. With literally zero configuration, all your data is instantly organized and ready for you to explore. It turns all those raw numbers into interactive charts. This is stuff that would take you hours to build in a spreadsheet. Over there on the left, you've got your navigation menu. This is how you're going to dive deeper into the data. You can check out the overall session information, look at your voltage and current, your frequency, power. You can even get into a detailed harmonics overview. It's all just a single click away, making it super easy to spot trends or any weird anomalies. And here's a really cool feature you're going to love. See those Show Phases checkboxes? You can use these to toggle individual phases on or off. The charts will update instantly, which lets you really zero in and investigate a potential issue that might only be happening on a single phase. Super useful. All right, let's bring it home. We're moving on to the final payoff, turning all of your hard work and analysis into a professional, shareable PDF report. And again, this is designed to be super fast and efficient. It's just a quick 3-step process. First, you'll click that Export Report button up in the top right corner. Then, you get to pick and choose the specific sections you want to include. And finally, just click Download PDF to generate and save it. That's it. This little pop-up here gives you complete control over what goes into your final document. So for example, if your client only cares about the Harmonics overview and the power profile, hey, no problem. You can just uncheck everything else. This is all about making sure your report contains only the most relevant info for your specific audit or review. You'll see a quick loading bar. And just like that, a final report named vt_analyze_report.pdf will automatically download right to your device. It's polished, it's packed with data, and it's ready to go. Okay, one last thing before we wrap up. What happens if you get all this way and the data just looks wrong? Well, before you panic, remember this. The issue almost always starts with the physical setup back in the field. So before you question the data itself, run through this quick checklist. Is your probe pointed the right way? Does your wiring mode match the setup? Are your amperage settings correct? Are your voltage and current probes on the same phase? 9 times out of 10, it's something simple like that. You know the saying, garbage in, garbage out. Look, at the end of the day, a tool like VT Analyze is designed to handle all the heavy lifting, the visualization, the reporting, so that you are freed up to focus on what really matters most, finding the actual insights hidden inside all that data. So now that you know how to avoid the common pitfalls, the only question left is, what are you going to uncover in your next analysis?